Hi guys, it's Sam and welcome to this week's video. Let me tell you, it has been a stress getting this video done. So behind me we have Jem. You can maybe see like a little patch there. So as you can probably tell from the title of this video, this week I am doing a bit of a pony pamper and clipping Jem, and it's not been going so great. So I did try to film this yesterday with Miss Jemmy. I will put in a little time lapse now. So, as you can probably see, we are very hairy. Are we, Jemmy? Very hairy at the moment. Although, if I go back a bit, not looking too bad. That's a little bit of muscle in our time off, but it's to be expected. But we're actually not looking too fat. A bit easier this time of year. Also, excuse the state of the yard. Yeah. So. Let's get clipping, Jemmy Pony. So you can probably see from that time lapse that I just wrestled her around trying to get her clipped. The clippers kept snagging, which is doing my head in. And Jem's not great to clip anyway, so did not help. So I took them apart and managed to sort that out, and they were fine. The blades had just sort of slipped a little bit. Sorted that, great. But then with Miss Jemima Bean, I can only clip so far with the clippers on her, and then I have to use the trimmers for the rest because she's quite sensitive on her neck and her chest, and she just doesn't like the big clippers. So I got my trimmers out to come and finish her off, and they're not working. So that was great. Trimmers are packed up on me, so I had to go and buy some new trimmers. So yeah, I'm going to drag Jemmy out and finish her off. Hopefully she's good, but first I'm going to get changed because this is like fleece and I don't want to get cold. So here is Jemmy so far. Okay, she's pretty much done. I don't like to fight her. That's a little bit controversial. I know a lot of people say sort of like touch them, sedate them, anything like that. But as long as I can get the vast majority off, I'm pretty happy. When she's going to a show, it's a bit different. You know, I'll take a little bit more time to try and get her looking nice. Our last clip, I will insert a photo. She looked beautiful. She looked really, really good. The leg blend was flawless and all things like that, whereas this one is very functional. This side is pretty liney, sort of see down here. That's where my clippers kept snagging, and yeah, I'll show you. Not quite got all the way up to her head. As I say, it's sort of up around her head and neck that she doesn't like. This side, still not perfect, but a bit smoother. Same thing, not quite got all the way up. I'll flip the camera. So the blend on this side, I can't even tell you how hard it is to blend on her own. It's sort of not too bad. We come round. They don't match. Oh well. Again, yeah, not too bad. The only reason I bothered with a leg blend Oh no, I've not really blended it very well. But the only reason I have bothered with that is because when it comes to sort of next clip and then her growing a summer coat, if they have leg lines, it can just affect how their coat comes through. And the next clip, you can never really get those lines out because when you're clipping, the hair's different lengths and all good stuff like that. And use Gem's little tripod. So yeah, that's the only reason I've sort of tapered off the top of it, so to speak, just because with showing, they obviously need to be a little bit neater. Not that leg lines aren't neat, but for showing you don't really want that. You want a nice smooth blend, or the legs just clipped off depending on the breed. So yeah, she's done. I'm gonna go and boil the kettle to do some hot oil for her, so I will show you that and then crack on with mucking them all out. Supreme Products one, but anything works. There's loads of brands out there. You can even use some baby oil. Some people use Dettol. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but it is good for getting the grease out. You know, maybe if you don't have access to sort of a hot shower, which so many of us don't. No, I don't. Yeah, it's just nice to get some grease out, so I know a lot of people use that. So yeah, basically you want to just sort of wring out the cloth or mitt or whatever it is, warm my sleeve up a bit, so that it's kind of just damp. You don't want to get wet, just sort of damp. And then circular motions, get all the grease out, lift those extra hairs up, and it will make it nice and shiny, sort of settle my coat, and help settle any lines as well. So, great in the showing world. In winter, when they're clipped, you can sort of do this every day, every other day, leading up to your shows. I'll give them a really nice shine, and as I say, just help keep all that extra grease at bay. Don't stick your nose in it. Good girl. So Gem's not necessarily the best pony to demonstrate with the fact that it can make them quite shiny, you know, sort of a bay or black chestnut kind of thing. That sort of colour, you can really see the shine coming up. But nice condition, as you can see. Gem's a bit of a fidget with anything like this being done. She's definitely been tied up for too long now. Stop trying to drink it. You also want to make sure that you sort of dip in your cloth as often as you can. I really hope you can hear me. Yeah, so if you make sure that you're dipping your cloth back in often, just keep it clean. Then once they're done, you can sort of throw a fleece on them, let them dry off, and then they're all done. So it will help settle the clip and she'll look great. So I'm going to do a time lapse because we're going to be here all day otherwise. So Naughty Pony is done. So you can see she's not necessarily wet, she's just a bit damp. I'll throw a fleece on her and then that's her all finished. It's a bit hard to see because it's such a dark bucket, but you can sort of see the colour of that. It's nice and gross. So all that grease, so obviously what was in her coat. I did bath her as well. So just shows how greasy they can get. So I'll whack a fleece on her and then see you off. Ow. Sorry, that's sort of short and sweet one and ended up a bit all over the place because of the issues with my clippers and things the other day, but she is done. Stop headbutting me. That's it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all next week.